I'm really snuffly today. I've had a cold. I've been in bed for a couple of days, so I'm feeling a little bit better today, but definitely not 100%. So I'm not going to do too much, although I want to do lots, but I'm not going to push myself too much. I'll try not to sniffle or cough too much in a video, and I hope I don't need to edit it too much either, because I don't feel like looking at my phone editing lots, because I don't think that's going to help either. But I did want to pop on, open the advents. I've got 4 to open today. I've got an update on the on what I've made so far with the lovely Christmas fabrics from Elmhurst Fabrics, so I'll show you that a little bit later. I wanted to say thank you because I've got a couple of YouTube cards. I've got this one from Carol, thank you very much. Carol loves holly. Carol and Don. Doesn't say Carol and Don. Carol Don. Carol of the Don bag fame. And this one from Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay. Did you make this card yourself, Lindsay? If you're watching, it looks like you did to me. Never made cards before. I quite like the idea of it. Another hobby in the pipeline. I'm sure, and I was doing, because I've been poorly, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and while I was laying in bed, and I've been watching a lot of slow stitching. And you know me, every year I look at the slow stitching and the slow stitching journals, and I love the idea of it, but I'm not sure if I enjoy it or not. I'm not sure that's why I never do it, or I don't get into it, or I'm not sure. I thought, should I start a journal? I thought, is there any point starting it and I don't finish it? I don't know, I'm indecisive. So thank you to the person in the comments, I can't remember who it was, sorry, who said about displaying them in a basket. That was a fantastic idea, and now they are displayed in a basket. So these are the little balls of yarn that I have got so far from the hand-dyed Bonbon calendar advent, and I've peeled them open this time, so I'm not going to make too much noise. We've got 4 to open. Let's tip out the first one. Wow, look at that. Some of these remind me of sweets, but I can't think what sweets they are. I'm sure there's a sweet that's that colour. I'll pop that one in. They're all different colours, they're all completely different, but they all blend really nicely together. So I'll show you the basket again at the end. There's another aqua blue one. I wonder what I'll make. I want to jump forward to future me, future Lily, to see what I make with these. There's 2, and a glittery one, look at that. Loving the glitter on that one. That's kind of it's showing tutor colour, that's sort of a yellowy lime green with a little bit, a tiny bit, really subtle glitter, which I absolutely adore. I'd like to get more hand-dyed with glitter in, actually. I like that idea. I've got my tickets for the East Anglia Yarn Festival, which is in March. So it's the only one I normally go to because it's close to me in Norwich. And I'm going on the Sunday, and I'm not doing the podcaster thing or anything like that because I'll just worry about it. So, but what I'll do is I will go on the Sunday, and then if any of you are there, you could just say hello to me if you want to. But I will just have a walk around and have a look, and I'm really shy in real life. So I'm not really shy, I'm just a bit self-conscious, I would say. So, but I'm really excited about that, and hopefully there'll be some glittery yarn there. And oh, this is nice too. They're also unexpectedly different. Right, let's put those and show you in the basket now all together. I'm going to put the glittery one in the middle because it's an unusual colour, lime green and yellow, but I absolutely love it. Put them all together like that. Oops, I nearly went in my drink then. There we go. And look a bit neater. I absolutely love them. Basket of yarn. Right, and they just look like bonbons. They look like you could eat them. I won't eat them, but they look like you could eat them. Right, I'm going to try and make this quick because I feel poorly. So I'm okay. It is just a coldy fluey thing, but you know what it's like. It makes you feel a bit rubbish, doesn't it? I think I was a bit run down before I got it, which made me extra tired and feel extra lack of energy with it, a bit fatigued. Right, so I paid, where's the other little bag? Oh, let me go and get it. I bought a scrap fabric bag from Elmhurst Fabrics, which was all their absolutely beautiful Christmas fabrics, which I did show you before. What I've done is I have started a quilt, and then I got ill so I couldn't finish it, but I'm going to have a rest now for a good few hours, and then if I feel a bit later this afternoon, I'm going to attempt to quilt it, but I'm going to show you that in a minute. So some of the smaller pieces I have kept, and I've got enough, so next year I can make myself a Christmas project bag. But it's a bit late in the year now, and I haven't felt up to doing a lot of sewing or anything, so these are the ones I've saved. So they can all be patchworked and padded. And I might have enough for two, I'm not sure. Probably. Little donkeys. So I do keep a lot of my fabrics nice as well, in case you were thinking they're all screwed up in a box. They're not all screwed up in a box. It's just those were the worst of the worst. The kind of scraps I've had for years, like for ages and ages. The ones that were in the box I was sorting out in my other video. All my bag making ones I do keep nicely in plastic bags in my drawer, in some drawers upstairs. Right, let's show you the quilt, shall we? So I want to do one of those grand unrolling things, you know, when people hold it and they roll it down in the garden. When it's finished, I'll do that. Also, I'm not a proper quilter. I don't know anything about quilting. I know a little bit from what I've watched on YouTube, but I am certainly no expert whatsoever. So please don't judge me on the skill of quilt making, or whether I haven't. It's probably not a traditionally made quilt. It's just how I'm doing it. I've put a pink border on it, and the back is going to be red with little tiny white spots. There's all the lovely fabrics, and don't they just look all lovely together? And I don't know why I put pink around the outside. I like pink and red at Christmas. So what I did was, to make it, I'll quickly go through it with you. I made up 4 blocks. So I laid all the fabric out on the bed and kind of fitted it together. I mean, all the colours went together anyway, but obviously I didn't put like loads of spots together. I kind of mixed them around so the colours were a bit more spread out, sort of thing. So I made 4 blocks, separate blocks, and then, because I wanted a patchworky effect, and then I just sewed them. So there was 3 in the first block. I just sewed 1 or 2 fabric, however many there were, on the first edge, then made another one, and then stitched those together so they were 4. Does that make sense? You know what I mean, don't you? So you can see this would have been the first block. Sort of sewn that and that together, that and that together, that and that together, and then made a big square, and then the same with this square, and the same with that one, and then I stitched them all together. And I think what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to bind it, I'm going to do it the pillowcase, is it called the pillowcase method, when you just do it inside out, because I don't want binding around the outside. I want it plain around the outside. I've just used my bag making wadding, which is just a polyester wadding, which is what I've got. I haven't bought anything extra for it. The pink I've got anyway, and the red I've got for the back. I have bought that anyway. I had bought that for lining for bags, so I'll have to buy some more now, but that's fine. And I think to actually quilt it, I did think, because I did it on Saturday when I didn't feel too bad on Saturday, I thought I could hand quilt it, but I want to get it done for Christmas, so I don't think I'm going to enjoy hand quilting it. It'll be a bit of pressure to get it done. So I'm going to quilt wavy lines down just on my machine with pink cotton. As I said, I'm not traditional in this way. It will not be a traditional quilt. It won't be made traditionally. And I think I'm going to I don't know how to mark it. I'm going to wing it, as they would say. I'm going to wing it and see what happens and hope I don't ruin it. But I'm actually really pleased with it. I'm really proud of it. And if this turns out okay, I promised Neil ages ago I'd make him a quilt for our van. So I think if this turns out okay with how I'm going to quilt it and everything, I'll make him a quilt for the van as well. I think I bought a pattern, but it's just, and it had like a sunrise on it, which was really cool. So maybe I'll do that anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna have a rest now, see how I feel, and then if I've got the energy, I will do some stitching on that. If not, I'll do it in a couple of days' time. But I kind of want to get it. I want to get it finished now, so I'm pretty pleased with it. So, and most of you in the comments put "make a quilt, Lily, make a quilt, Lily." So, and I'd already started it then, so I was like, "Oh, good." Everyone wants me to make a quilt. I'm glad I did actually make a quilt with it. And yeah, so quilt and happiness, fabric and yarn equal happiness is today's episode. I'm going to leave you with a little video that Neil took for me of a church in Halesworth in Suffolk. It might be called, is it Holton? I'm not sure if it's Holton, but it's in, or just outside Halesworth in Suffolk. And if he's ever out and about at work or whatever he's doing, he does always take little videos for me if he sees anything knitted or crocheted. So it's an absolutely beautiful, such a lot of work gone into it, tree at the church. So I'm going to show that to you now at the end. So thank you for watching. Take care, everybody, and I will see you again very soon. Hopefully I'll be feeling better then. Bye.